Happy morning to all. Happy morning. Okay. Today our learning object is to learn about the integration rate law for the zero order reaction. Integration rate law for the zero order reaction. Very important question. Very easy question also. Very important and also very easy question. Try to learn this question. Anyhow, before that, we can be about learn the pseudo first order reaction. Pseudo first order reaction. Okay, the kinetic study of the higher order reactions are very, very difficult. For example, the second order reaction involving two different reactants. That is the measurement of change of the concentration of the reactants of these both two reactants are very difficult. We are finding it very difficult. So we have to learn the second order reaction. It can be altered. The second order reaction can be altered to a first order reaction by taking one of the reactant is taken as a large excess. Okay, try to understand this one. The reaction can be altered to a first order reaction. The second order reaction can be altered to a first order reaction by taking one of the reactant is a large excess. Okay. That reaction follows the pseudo first order reaction. That means the formula for methyl acetate, the methyl acetate formula is CH3 COCH3 methyl acetate. The methyl acetate in aqueous medium. This one react with water. Formula is H2. So the methyl acetate on react with water in the presence of acidic medium, we get the acetic acid. The formula is CH3 COOH and also methyl alcohol. Okay. Shall we write the rate of the reaction? What is about the rate of the reaction? Rate is equal to K into methyl acetate. What is the formula for methyl acetate? CH3 COOCH3 and also water. Anyhow, in the reaction is carried out with a large excess. That excess of water can be taken as a water. So, water, there is a no significant change in the concentration of water during hydrolysis. There is no significant change in the concentration of water during hydrolysis. So, the concentration of the water is taken as a constant. Okay, taken as a constant. So, we can be defined water KH2O can be written as K dash. KH2O can be written as K dash. So we can be write the rate is equal to K dash into methyl acetate. Rate is equal to K dash into methyl acetate. So thus if follow the first order kinetics. So the pseudo first order reaction follows first order kinetics. Okay, let us we can be discuss about the very important question about the integrated rate law for the first order reaction. Integrated rate law for the first order reaction is a very, very important. Please all have to take the note. We can be write the derivation. Okay, please all have to take the note. Today learning objectives to learn about integrated rate law for the zero order reaction. Integrated rate law for a zero order reaction. First of all, we should be learn about what is zero order reaction. The reaction in which the rate is independent of the concentration of the reactant over a wide range of concentration is called zero order reaction. That is a 2-mark question. You should be learn the 2-mark question thoroughly. Okay, the definition for zero order reaction. But to learning objectives to derive the integrated rate law for the zero order reaction. Okay, what is about the zero order reaction? The reaction in which the rate is independent of the concentration of the reactant over a wide range of concentration is called zero order reaction. Okay, but these reactions are very rare reaction. Okay, let us we can be consider one of the reaction. A gives product. Okay. One of the reaction, A gives product. We shall be write the rate law. What is about the rate law? Rate law. That is rate is equal to, can we write the rate law? Rate is equal to, we should write one constant. The previous video I told you that. One of the constant. That is we can be taken as K. K into, we should write the reactant A. We can be write one of the lot like that. Okay. This is about the zero. There is the rate law of this reaction. Next we can be write, we are applying rate law, okay. That's minus of dA divided by dt is equal to K into A, the power. But A now here I am written as, that is A equal to 1. So we can written as R minus of dA by dt is equal to K 1. Okay? That means minus of dA equal to K into dt. K into dt. Okay? K into dt. Next, what is our main point is, we should be integrate this equation on integration. That earlier I told you about that for the integration we need two limits. One is an upper limits and the other one is a lower limits. Am I right? I told you that in the previous video. Okay. First, we have to integrate this equation. We are taking two limits, okay? Which are limits means A naught and A. Okay? This is about the one limits, and another one we are taking that the time t is equal to 0 and t is equal to t. These are the two limits. One is an upper limits and another one is a lower limits. We are integrating this equation. Integrating this equation. That is minus integration dA equal to K integration dt. I told you that two limits. Which are the two limits? Okay. The upper limits is A. Okay. A, and lower limits is A naught. A naught. Okay. Next over here, I told you that the time for two limits. Upper limits is t, lower limit is 0. Okay, these are the two limits. And this can be written as we are getting the two limits, that is A naught, A. Okay, and we are writing K, T, 0, T. It's already we learned that one. Okay. Anyhow, when the dt on integration, okay, when dt on integration, we get t. Okay, we get t, and also dA on integration, we get A. We are substituting the limits, upper limits and minus to the lower limits. Okay, upper limits minus the lower limits. So what is the answer means? Upper limits. First we are taking the upper limits. That is minus of A minus A naught equal to K T minus 0. Okay. Or we can written as minus of A plus A naught equal to KT, or we can be written as A naught minus A equal to kT. Clear? A naught minus A is equal to kT. Can you write? Have it out? From this we can be taken as K. From this we can be taken as K. K, what is about the K? K is equal to A naught minus A divided by T. Okay? Okay, anyhow, one of the equation is the form of straight line, y is equal to mx plus c. So one of the equation. Okay, that is a is equal to minus of kt plus a naught. This is one of the equation. Okay, already we know y is equal to c plus. That implies that y is equal to c plus mx. Okay, that means we are plotting. We have to plot versus a versus time. A straight line with the slope of minus k and y-intercept of a naught. Okay, that should be right, and we shall plot that one. What is about that plotting? That means we are plotting against a. Okay, a and time intervals. Okay, that we are getting one of the straight line. We are taking what? A. Here we are taking time. Okay, time in minutes. Okay, time in minutes. And what are the values means? We have started with 0. 0 after 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 25 and 30 minutes. Okay, these are the time we have taken. And about here 0.25. The next one 0.5. Next one 0.75. One like that. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Anyhow, we get one straight line. We can take one slope. Okay. One of the slope. Okay. We can take one negative logarithm of slope. Okay. Anyhow, this is about the equation. K is equal to A naught minus A divided by T. Okay, this is one of the important 3-mark question. Try to write this question. Try to learn this question. Okay. Anyhow, it's a very important question. Write the integrated rate law for the zero order reaction. Okay, if you have any doubt, please call me. Okay. Anyhow, next one we have to learn about that. What are the examples of? What are the examples of zero order reaction? What are the examples of zero order reaction? That is also very important. That is the reaction between hydrogen and chlorine. The presence of sunlight. That in the presence of light or sunlight we get hydrochloric acid. Okay? The reaction between hydrogen gas and chlorine gas in the presence of sunlight. In the presence of sunlight we get hydrochloric acid. Next also having the decomposition of N2O in the presence of hot platinum surface. Okay. The 3 more having examples. What are the examples of zero order reaction? Zero order reaction. What are the examples? First one, we can be say photochemical reaction. Photochemical reaction between H2 and Cl2. H2 gas and Cl2. We can write the equation H2 gas plus Cl2 gas gives HCl. That is 2 moles of HCl gas. This is one of the reaction. Examples of zero order reaction. Okay, very important. For the 2 mark question. Next about the decomposition of N2O on hot platinum surface. That we get nitrogen N2O, and this is a forward and backward reaction. Don't forget that forward and backward reaction. Nitrogen gas plus half O2 gas. Okay, the third one, acetone. Acetone in the presence of iodine. There is an acidic medium. Okay, acetone. What is the formula for acetone? Can you say what is the formula for acetone? CH3COCH3, acetone. Formula what? Acetone. This is the common name, acetone. About the IUPAC name, can you say what is the name of acetone? IUPAC name. How much carbon is there? First, what is the formula for acetone? CH3COCH3. Okay. How can you say the IUPAC name? How much carbon is there? 3 carbon. So we are saying root word having single bond. So we are saying what? A. Single bond means A. Double bond means E. Triple bond means I. Okay. Propane. Here having the functional group CO. So ends with 1. Okay. Ends with 1. And E is dropped. So what's the name? Propanone. Okay. Propanone. Don't forget that. IUPAC name for propane, the acetone. Okay, acetone. Here the reaction between the third point about the iodination of acetone. Iodination of acetone in acidic medium. That means the presence of, we are adding acid in the presence of, okay, acidic medium. Okay, here shall we write the equation? What's the formula for acetone? CH3COCH3, acetone. The presence of iodine and in the presence of H plus ions is what? H plus ions means we are adding acid. So here one of the hydrogen combines, this is one of an hydrogen is combines with iodine. So what's the product? What's the product? Hydrogen iodide. So the remaining one more hydrogen will come here, attached here. So what's the product? Here one of the hydrogen is leaving. Am I right? So we can write CH3 is converted to CH2 COCH3 plus hydrogen combines hydrogen form HI. This is the equation. Okay. Then how can we write the K? That is rate. Rate is equal to one of the constant K into acetone, that is CH3 COCH3 and H plus ion. This is what? A rate of the equation. Okay? The 2 questions is over. The next one is about the half-life period. It's a very important question. Half-life period. First you should be learn about that. What is the definition for half-life period? Half-life period is defined as the time required for reactant concentration to reach 1/2 of its initial value. What is about the half-life period? The time required for the reactant concentration to reach 1/2 of its initial value. Don't forget that. Half-life period. it's also a very important question. Very important question. Half-life period. First, we should learn the 3-mark question, the definition. What is about the half-life period? It is defined as the time required for the reactant concentration to reach 1/2 of its initial value. Okay, for the first order reaction, don't forget that the half-life period is constant. For the first order reaction, the half-life is a constant. It does not depend on the initial concentration. Okay, it does not depend on the initial concentration. For the first order reaction, the half-life period is constant. It does not depend on the concentration, but on the initial concentration. We have a small derivation. We shall be write the equation. Okay, and derivation. Okay, the rate constant for the rate constant for a first order reaction is given by K is equal to 2.303 by T. Don't forget that K is equal to 2.303 by T log A naught divided by E. This also we learned that previously. Okay. Okay. Here, what is the value of T and what is the value of A? The value of T is equal to T half. What is the value of T? T is equal to T half. And what is the value of A? A is equal to A naught by A is equal to A naught. Okay, A naught half. A naught half. Okay. Okay. We can substitute these values to T and A. T, the value of T, it should be substituted here, and A substituted here. So what is the value? K is equal to 2.303. The T is converted to T half log. Okay, log A naught. What's the value of A? A naught by half. Okay, this can be written as 2.303 by T half. Okay, 2.303 T half log A naught into the 2 will be now upwards into A 2 divided by A naught. Cancel. So what is that? What's the answer? We get log 2. That is equal to K is equal to 2.303 by T half log 2. What is about the log of 2? Log 2. Log 2. Log 2. Log 2 means we can take log 20. Okay. Log 20 we can listen. Log 2 is equal to 0.3010. Okay. 0.3010. So we can substitute this value. That's equal to K is equal to 2.303 into log 2. What's the value? 0.3010 divided by T half. Divided by T half. When we are multiplying this value, we get what's the value? Multiply and say 0.6932 divided by T half. Okay, so what is the value of K? K is equal to 0.6932 divided by T half. Out of this, T half can be taken as T half is equal to 0.6932 divided by K. Okay. Here, this is the rate constant for the first order reaction. Okay, by using T. Okay, half life period. It's a very important question. If you have any doubt, please call me. Okay. It's a very important question. Try to learn this question. It's a very important area. And we have the two more question. This is for the half-life period for the first order reaction. What is about the half-life period for the zero order reaction? Okay. This is the half-life period for the first order reaction. Shall we write the half-life period for the zero order reaction? Don't forget the question. You try to understand the question. Half-life period. This is the first order reaction. We are going to learn about that half-life period for the zero order reaction. Okay, that is let us calculate the half-life period for the zero order reaction. Half-life period for the zero order reaction. Okay, don't forget that the question is half-life period for the zero order reaction. Zero order reaction. First of all, we know that the rate constant K is equal to A naught minus A divided by T. Already we learned. Then about that, what is the value of T value? T value is equal to T half and A is equal to A naught divided by 2. Okay, the T value and A value already I give. Okay, we have substitute this value. So K is equal to A naught minus A naught divided by 2, the whole divided by T half. Okay, we are taking different methods having. Just I am taking as per the LCM. Okay, we are taking as per the LCM. That is equal to 2A naught divided by 2 minus A naught divided by 2, the whole divided by T half. Okay, whole divided by T half. We can be taken as 2A naught and A naught. We are minus means we get what? A naught. Am I right? So we are repeating. I am writing. That is a 2A naught minus A naught divided by 2, the whole divided by T half. Okay, what's the answer? Minusing. So what is we get? A naught by 2. A naught by 2 whole divided by T half. T half. Okay, am I right? Otherwise we can be right. A naught divided by 2 into this term will be, okay, by 1 T half. So what's the answer? K is equal to A naught divided by 2 T half. 2 T half. Am I right? And this is equal to. Okay? We can from this we can take T half. So T half equal to A naught divided by 2. T half is equal to what? A naught by 2. Clear? This is about the rate constant for the zero order reaction. Okay? Rate constant for the zero order reaction. First of all, what is about that? K is equal to A naught minus A divided by T. We are taking the two values. For T is equal to T half and A is equal to A naught by 2. Substituting these two values, we get K is equal to A naught minus A naught by 2 divided by T half. And again substituting the finally we get the answer. K is equal to A naught by 2 half. 2 T half. Okay. And from that we can take T half is equal to A naught by 2K. Don't forget that 2K. 2 into K. 2K. So this is the T half value. Here, hence in contrast to the half-life of the first order reaction, don't forget that the half-life of the zero order reaction is directly proportional to the initial concentration of the reactant. Okay, the half-life of a zero order reaction is directly proportional to the initial concentration of the reactant. Anyhow, our textbook having some of the problems, solved problems. And very important the solved problem questions. All are important. Try to work that questions. Okay. Otherwise, during the revision we can be learn this question. Try to learn. Okay. Some of the questions we can do now. When you got the first question, I think that the test please take page number 260. 260 page number, and the question example number 4. Example number 4. So very important question. It's a very important question. So shall we work that question? Okay. What's the question? The first order reaction. Yeah. First order. Takes 8 hours for 90% completion. Calculate the time required for 80% completion. Okay, here and also they have some given data. What are the given data means? Log 5. Here having log 5 is equal to 0.6989. This is one of the data. And log 10 is equal to 1. This is also data. Okay, let us work down this question. First of all, you should be write the formula for the first order reaction. First order reaction formula. Can you say the formula for first order reaction? K is equal to 2.303 by T log A naught divided by A. Okay. Here, what is about the A naught? Don't forget that A naught is 100 m. Okay. Don't forget. T is equal to T 90%. T 90% means A equal to 10 m. Okay, that is 90% means, don't forget that 90% means T 90%. Okay, T 90% means 8 hours. Okay, T 90% is how much? 8 hours. Clear? Then T is equal to T 80%. Then A is equal to 20 em. This much you try to understand. Okay, try to understand. Then we have to substitute these values on the equation. This equation. So we are substituting. First we have to substitute time for 80%. Okay, time for 80%, and next only we will find out time for 90%. First try to work time for 80%. Okay, that is time for 80%. Okay, 80%. K is equal to 2.303 by T 80% log. What's the value of A naught value? I told you that A naught value. The previous I wrote here. Log 100 divided by 80% A value. 80% A value. How much? 20. K is equal to 2.303 by, here we should be not calculating K, from this we are calculating T 80%. Okay, then T 80% is equal to 2.303 divided by K log 100 by 20 is equal to, we know that one. How much? What is the value? 5. Okay, so we are writing log 5. I told you that the log 5 value. What is the log 5 value? Log 5 is equal to 0.6989. Okay, we are substituting this here. Okay, here we have to substitute here. Okay, we can discuss later. Okay, anyhow, the first equation. This equation is the first equation is the formula we have taken as the equation number 1. Here we are taking equation number 2. This one is equation number 2. Next we have to calculate the time for 90%. 90%. Okay. Time for 90%. Then K is equal to 2.303 by T 90%. I told you T 90% is how much hours? 8 hours. Log 100 divided by T 90 means the given data is 10. Okay. Okay, 10. Don't forget that. Then K is equal to 2.303 by 390 means I told you how much hour? 8 hours. This is equal to log 10. Okay, log 10. So K is equal to 2.303 divided by 8 hours into 1. Okay. Here this value, substitute this K value in equation 2. This is the equation 2. Okay. This is the equation 2. Substitute this K value in equation 2. K value. What's the value of K? 2.303 divided by 8 hours. Okay. 2.303 divided by 8 hours. So substitute this value is, what's the value? Then you can get T80 is equal to, here T80%. T80% equal to 2.303 divided by, what's the value of K? Divide 2.303 by 8 hours into log 5. Okay. You can substitute this one. That is equal to 2.303 into 8 hours divided by 2.303 into log 5. We are cancelling. So we get 8 hours into log 5. What is about log 5? Here I am value. What's the value? T 80% is equal to 8 hours into log 5. What is the value? 0.6989. Okay. we get T 80% equal to, that is a multiplication, we get 5.59 hours. This is the question. Anyhow, please try to learn this question. Anyhow, today assignment, the integrated rate law for the zero order reaction. What is assignment? Integrated rate law for the zero order reaction. A very important question. And also half-life period. Those who are interested, you can be learn the half-life period also. Okay. Otherwise, today assignment. What is the today assignment? Integrated rate law for the zero order reaction. Assignment. Zero order reaction. Okay. We have time to ask them. Have a nice day.